Brought powerful magic to Armalor. The arcane veil begat King Easter's reign, and all things in balance, also its destruction. The seasons passed, the summer wilted into autumn. Lord Olm culled his strength. King Easter's sway receded as the shade at noon. The Feylands rested from their striking, and a haze of indolence silenced the woods. When the winter moon waned, it began. A terrible thunder rolled across the darkened plains of Erythel.
Hold right there, newcomer. I welcome you to Edessa, but before you enter, I must catalogue your visit. Please answer the questions as truthfully as possible. It's imperative that our tallies be accurate. Now, what brings you to Edessa? Excuse my rudeness. I am Senar Bruges, Tallier second class to the Domus Politica. My purpose is to sort those that come to Edessa, to welcome them to the city while maintaining the delicate balance we gnomes have achieved. They help sort the newly arrived in the city. We want to ensure that everyone is placed where they properly belong. Yes, well, at least you look more put together than some of the people that came here before you. Poor sods. With any luck, your errands go without incident. Now, where have you come to Edessa from? Alistar? You mean you've come from Fomerus Hugh's laboratory? Yes, I see it now. They were wrong about your nose, but you match the description of the one I was to look out for. We can dispense with the remainder of my questions. You are free to enter Edessa. You will be lodged in the Sandstone Villa, temporarily. This is rare, newcomer. Very rare. If I can speak frankly, I'm not sure this is the blessing you take it to be. True, you have been saved from the squalid lodgings of the Hospitalis quarters. But Sandstone Villa is reserved for, well, it is not my place to speak of it. This key will provide you with access to the villa. You would do well to be very aware of your surroundings, stranger. Now, good day. Not everyone is given a villa just for arriving here. But I'd be careful. A gifted necklace can easily be a golden chain. Yes, you are now officially recorded as having entered Edessa, center of all gnomish society in the Feylands. The Domus is where all of Edessa's political work is done. The Templars determine the policy, and it is there that we enact it. The Domus Politica has me tallying and sorting all new arrivals to the city. Another few years, and I could be tallier, first class. I'm sure you'll learn about the city the more time you spend in it. It is vast, but well designed. Yes, yes, go on.
So, you're the one that's come from Alistar. I've waited more than a while for you to show up. I'm Bruton, Decanus Bruton of the Praetorians. I've been stationed here for your protection. I won't lie to you, Longlegs. You being housed here is because someone wants to keep an eye on you. I don't even know who it is. But I can tell you one thing. A gnome who keeps secrets in this city isn't up to anything good. Better to track them down before you or anyone else gets hurt. Luckily, looks like I'm not the only one that noticed your arrival. Got some letters here from the other concerned parties. Could be some leads. Decanus ain't my name. It's my rank among the city's Praetorians. And it's what's keeping you safe. My orders come from high, that's all I know. You ask me, only a Templar is the kind of pull to set you up here. Good luck trying to learn any more than that. If a Templar wants to remain anonymous, they have the influences to pull it off. Because someone important enough in this city said you needed it. You're being watched. Either you charm someone high up or you piss them off. Either way, they don't want you on your own. Hey, and here they are. Talking with any of their authors should get you in the right direction. I won't lie to you. I'm sticking my neck out here helping you the way I have. But I won't stand to let any one gnome ruin the greater good of my people. Need anything else, talk to Milo. He's been stationed as your retainer while you stay in the villa. Who should I know? It was a Dresden sign. I just checked for poison and all that. Just track down whoever wrote them. You do know how to read, right? That might be useful. Gnomes don't have kings or mayors or theocrats. There's a caste whose sole duty it is to lead the rest of us. Though it can lead to turmoil, sometimes. The city, our leadership, the Templars, don't see eye to eye. They have separate allegiances and conflicting motives, and it seems like you're in the middle of them. Quite the palace for an outsider. No offense, but this gilded collar of yours has a long chain. If I were you, I'd find out where it leads, before it becomes a noose. I'm Decanus of the Praetorians. I've been ordered to keep you safe within the city, which would admittedly be easier without someone breathing down your neck. In Edessa, wars are fought with papers and politics. And if you're being watched, that means somewhere, someone wants something. Good hunting.
Milo at your service. Greetings, Master. I am Milo. I am here to manage the household affairs of Sandstone Villa, should you have any need of my services. The city is yours to explore, should you wish. The amount of freedom you are allowed is not normally granted to outs. As preparation for managing this household, I attended some of the humoral and physiological I am a servant, and the man— Farewell, Master. Milu at your service.
You.
What is it?
Are you... You have come! The new guest of Sandstone Villa. Thank the gods you've arrived. I'm Cordan Passant, a scrivener of the Domus, and I have need of your help to solve a rather delicate situation. The gnomes do not acknowledge war as an acceptable circumstance. We cannot condone either side until a peace is reached. The benefits either side may gain from such conflict are short-term when compared to the decades of rebuilding and fortifying that such a war will necessitate. Gnome society is led by few, who rely on the efforts of many. Here in the walls we work, so that they are free to lead us more effectively. Many of us come far from our homeland for the opportunity of success. A new city opens up societal ranks. I've been a scrivener in the Domus for over 10 years. I'm often called upon to compose official correspondence and letters of a diplomatic nature. The Domus Politica handles all of the documentation that's needed to support the Templar diplomacy. The Templars exemplify what's great about our people. Wisdom, ingenuity, bravery, and justice. I was asked to write a letter of contingency. Should things for the Alpha turn dire, it would establish a known peace between Edessa and the Tuatha armies. It was never meant to be sent, only prepared, but was accidentally taken by the courier. It must be recovered. Ah, yes. There was a tad of artistic license that I took when drafting that correspondence. I needed your attention by any means. I apologize for the deceit, but I assure you my business is genuine. You are not constrained by Gnomish protocol. I cannot complete this task myself. Should anyone see me correct that mistake, it would not only cost my reputation, but the reputation of the gnome that ordered I write that letter. I am bound to preserve our integrity. I was the one that processed the paperwork which established your placement in Sandstone Villa. I know who put you there, and that's why I left that letter. You need to find the courier. It was a traveller by the name of Parwan Well. She said she was making her way to Rathir, but she might have stopped in the travellers' camp in Apotir. Sun Camp is the name, I believe. It was sent to Rathir via courier. A traveller. Fair enough.
Salutations.
Desert Runner stopped. She had never heard Rattlesnake speak before. His voice was a slow, nasty hiss, and that greatly disturbed Desert Runner. Please, Desert Runner. My voice is harsh, and yours is so pretty. You are so fast and so much braver than me. Can you bring me a voice like yours? Desert Runner thought for a moment and then said, I will lend you some of my voice and put it in your tail. That is why the rattlesnake clicks.
Well, I seem to have attracted a guest. What can I help you with? Oh, that would be the squeaky little gnome from Odessa. Smelled like vellum and book paste, as I recall. I was hired to take the note from him. Sure as rain. A gnomish scholar named Arancourt hired me to take it and throw it in the quarry. That's where you can find that letter if you're looking. And I can even give you Arancourt's orders as proof, if you pay the right price. I suppose you're right. If you care so much about the little rag, I can part ways with it. Now don't say I didn't give you anything. It's all written in those orders I gave you. Good.
Another? Fancy a chat?
What's needed? You found the letter. But why would Scholar Arancourt want it to be sent and lost? She commissioned the letter in the first place. It is above my station to question her. But there is a higher plan at work. Please, stranger, find Arancourt and learn what is happening. She can be found in the Isles. Probably in the Basilica Nostra. Fair enough.
What?
Yes?
Care to browse? I can promise you're all... Always find the goods you need. Please, come by again.
Yes?
Salutations.
Yes?
You wish to speak?
You... I have heard that someone was helping my subordinate, Corden. It seems he has lost a very, very important letter. While I applaud your diligence in tracking this to me, I'm sad to say that Corden's error is grievous. He will be punished for losing the letter. That is a half-truth. I requested the letter of Corden, true, but it was not my idea. That came from a higher source. The Templars have reached a tentative quorum regarding our stance in the war, but a cautious few requested I draft this letter. A Templar must be obeyed. But what can be done when they give conflicting orders? So I had the letter written, and Corden lost it. Damn it all. I knew that Dirty Traveler was not capable of performing even the simplest of tasks. I will not allow you the privilege of extorting me. I will resign my position and name Corden as my replacement. We shall see how he fares. I would be very careful if I were you. You are known to the Templars, and it was never their intention to treat you lightly. While my background lies in the study of magical acuity contextualized by race, somehow I ended up being a basilica liaison to the Domus concerning Fae and Alpha. The scholars first found this crater brimming with strange potential. In studying the area, more equipment than people came, until a city was born. It is the product of centuries of learning. Here we did... I see.
You wish to speak? What? What? What?
You don't believe me? Take a look at this scar. Need something?
You wish to speak?
I have reagents, potions, and recipes for sale. If you're interested in alchemical wares, I'll be here. I have reagents. I'll be here. I have a fully stocked apothecary. If you need it, I'll be here. What?
Ah, the guest of Sandstone Villa. Come again.
Gems for sale. Ah, and so our guest from the... You'll be back.
Yes?
The Alpha have a grand city in Rathir. Very well.
Yes? Yes?
They're saying it's going to be another 3 months until the forum is completed.
Yes? Yes?
What's needed?
Look, not much of a converser. Just bleed and leave me alone, right? Ain't good at much. Yeah.
Yeah? Always happy to see a new face. Been some time since we've had a new arrival. So long. Yeah?
Aye? Yeah? You've no clean... mugs and no clean bed. Good.
Yes? By the gods, it feels good to take a moment. Pleasant journey.
Yeah?
What?
You won't believe this. I'm being presented with the I never thought in my wildest years. Of course. The order to set you in Sandstone Villa came from Templar Joriel. If you wish to converse with her, you should go quickly. No one knows how long a Templar may... Joriel is an extreme... Fair enough.
Ah, the get... of Sandstone Villa, just as well.
again. After the business of Sandstone Villa, I thought that we had settled matters. The Praetorians have a saying, an army is but a single being, and every soldier is a weapon it wields. If every common soldier is a weapon, what of you? Certainly a rare commodity in these contested times, if not a kingmaker. Your presence here is too tempting for some of my colleagues, so I observe you to observe them. That is the game we Templars must play. Yes and no. You wield a power new and greater than many are capable of understanding, and to unforeseen repercussions. I worry of that. But greater still is our response to this power, how we approach it, and how we attempt to understand it. This city, our race, is built on the promise of plans reaching fruition, and as convicted as some are, others might be distracted by you. A simple enough question. The answer is unfortunately complicated. I speak with the authority of a Templar. It is enough to make my suspicions law, if need be. So I must remain silent, if I wish to learn what I need. No. To speak frankly, I had intended this observation to be conducted with your awareness. You were never meant to know that someone was watching you. It could make my quarry suspicious. It is a frustrating turn of events. But how did you come here? Who exposed this to you in the first place? Bruton? Bodyguard? I never hired any... Ugh, by Athene. I've been outmaneuvered. Whoever hired Bruton likely knew you would be watched, and knows you're meeting with me. You have to find Bruton. Whoever he's working for, they can't have good plans for you or me. We've been had. I gave you Sandstone Villa, hoping to use it to uncover the Templars who have been... But in doing so, my quarry uses their agent Bruton to trace me through you. They'll have both of our heads if we don't stop them. I see. Think very, very carefully about what you are saying. Octien is a Templar. He is in a position of the highest authority. And who, may I ask, are you? For you to accuse Octien without having a direct confession is not only meaningless, but contrary to all our procedures. Make no mistake, stranger. If you initiate hostilities with justice is pursued when a Templar confesses, I can do no more for you. Trouble me no further with this matter. We have, or as such, Templar Octien.
Never thought in my the odd. If you wish to converse with her, God, Joriel is an fair enough.
Ah, the... Guest of Sandstone Villa, just as well.
You again. After the business of Sandstone Villa, I thought I see Octien. For you to accuse Octien without having a direct even if this were true, as he is not here to present the charge now, I have done all I can for you. Please, the Praetorians have a saying. An army, if ever your presence here is too tempting for some of my colleagues. Yes, but this city, our race, is a simple enough. I speak with the authority of a Templar. No, it is a frustrating turn of events. Bruton. You have to find Bruton. But in doing so, my quarry uses their agent Bruton to trace me through you.
Hello. I'm here to send regrets on behalf of Templar Joriel. While she wishes to extend you aid, what she gave you was an official response. I'm here to give you another response. I am a political aide for Templar. My superior has suspected for some time the crimes that you've levied. Allow me to be done. If you can make Templar Octien publicly acknowledge his crimes, then Templar Joriel will reward you. She will be your patron of sorts. You, as my superior, no doubt.
Yes, hello.
Hello? Well, it seems you're not. Be seeing you.
Well, I've learned enough about your doings to know when I've been found out. Took you long enough. When I was told I'd be targeting a man who came back from the dead, I thought I heard wrong. But then I learned about the Well of Souls. As soon as Joriel's out of the way, my employers will make the well theirs, and all of the power that comes with it. The Templars are not all of like mind for what road our civilization needs to take, such as my employer. We plan on grander things for our brethren, but some are holding us back, like Joriel. So we'll kill her. Then they can experiment on you. But before that happens, me and the boys will have our fun. Yeah, good hunting.
Hello?
What? Yes, off with you.
What?
You again. What is it you require of me? Do get to the point. We have already as such, Templar Octi...
Yes?
What can I do for you?
What?
You're alive. What an unexpected and quite unfortunate turn of events. For starters, he expected you to be rotting in a sandy ditch somewhere. Supper for the carrion birds. Understand, you and I are alike. All we both want is to see this business reach its end. Did it? Here you stand, suspecting me of a great many crimes, yet unable to lift a finger. Tell me, who has the power? Or what? You'll slaughter me in a murderous rage? Typical. Your kind is as predictable as it is stupid. I'm afraid you'll find me quite hard to kill. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same for you. Attack me in this city, and I won't just have you clapped in irons. No, I'll hand you over to the scholars in the Basilica for research. A long career supporting vivification research has left me with certain advantages. You could say I'm more resilient than most of your enemies. The wise and the foolish both die. Is that justice? With the will of souls, I can change that. I can choose who deserves life. To think that yous gave away such a gift to you. Well, we've seen how you wasted your life. Perhaps I'll give Intrinio your corpse to examine. After all, you met your first death as his assistant. It would be a reunion. Of course. And it's such a pity you'll never find out.
If setting fire to the Livrarium and hiring assassins is not an admission of guilt on Octien's part, I certainly don't know what is. It is clear that we Templars must make him assume responsibility for his actions, overt as well as hidden. Even though you went against my explicit instruction, you were effective. You have my respect. Should he survive the wounds earned in battle, I should think so. To that effect, I have ordered a moratorium on all of his current studies and projects. All, perhaps, save this mysterious Well of Souls. That one will take some deliberation, considering its various ethical and societal ramifications. Regardless, Gnome Society is in your debt, and we always pay what is owed. I'm afraid that's one promise I cannot make. Our society, but I've been told that while you were on the scaffolds, Scholar Hughes managed. He should arrive shortly. You again. What is it you require? You can leave me to deal with Octien. I believe Fomerus Hughes is the shining jewel of knowledge. An oasis of... It is an estate that I have ordered to be kept empty for when I have need of it, such as... Unlike the lofty... As such, we must maintain neutrality. From their count, each Templar is allowed...
Salutations.
What's needed?
It was my mistake to assume that Octien would go quietly, or that he would leave evidence behind. Such a waste. Some of those books he burned were centuries old, but luckily for us, I was able to salvage some from the flames. Oh, a great many prizes. Treatises on the nature of death, tables upon tables of autopsy analyses, but only one item of true value. Octien's diary. Based off of what I've read in these pages, Ventrinia has been working on an island off of Cluricon. I'm afraid the Dark Wood of Cluricon still hides our Tuatha enemies. But this young lady, Aileen Shear, says she has a solution for that. When you reach Ventrinia, beware. He is certainly a genius, but complicated. He may try killing you the second time for good measure. His mind may be dangerous, but it holds the secret to entering Alabastra, and you must find it. Oh, I will. With Octien out of the way, the people will be needing a new Templar, after all. My old colleague, Ventrinio Desilini. For a time we worked together. Octien's journal shows that Ventrinio's assistant died during an important mission into... I don't know how to say this, but the date of the assistant's death is shortly before you came back to life.
Good tidings.
I do love a little conversation to break up the monotony. Have you been enjoying your time at Sandstone Villa? Farewell. What?
Who's there? Lovely day, isn't it? Yes?
Thank you for coming all this way. I don't know if you heard that, but it sounds as if General Talera is still here, in exile. For all but losing the fortress of Melsenshire, long ago, Talera led our forces. But then, the Tuatha produced a foe she could not best. Her forces barely survived the retreat out of Cluricon. Many blamed her for the loss, to have built up hopes so high, only to have them topple. That was Talera's crime, and she has paid for it, day after day. You're as quick as ever. Talera is in the cradle of summer, banished from the battlefields of Mel Senshir until she can atone for her past. According to the Fate Weaver here, she seeks an artifact from Ural Tusk that might break the siege and aid our forces. But she cannot do so alone, for poor Talera is fated never to succeed. That is where you can help. Last I heard, General you should be just what the General's looking for.
Look to these open plains, nestled where mire and rocky deserts cease, where the hungry forests end. In the bosom of the Feylands, these fields are home to the languid sky. This work, shaped by the delicate artistry of an inspired painter, is for all the peoples of all lands.
Hail! I am General Talera ap Gwydion, former commander of the Eastern Alpha forces. Surely you're not the aide Aelin Shear promised. She spoke as if she planned to send a whole squad of soldiers, not one faceless mercenary. You have the bearing of one that's seen combat, but you never fought in the war, or you would know who I am. Once I was the commander of Mel Senshir, the Alpha fortress to the east. I held back the Tuatha at every push before the Baelor came. Then everything fell to pieces. So, she is behind this. That woman. One too many times she's meddled in my affairs, making promises she never intends to keep. Well, perhaps it is for the best. The fewer people involved in my affairs, the better. You see, misfortune follows closely at my heels. It is the lot fate has cast for me. We may be lofty, but we are not weak. Our land is cold and harsh, and we have long studied the noble arts of bow and blade. Across 1,000 battlefields, my spear paints a red masterpiece. The Baelor is a thing of dread, a Niskaru lord that the Tuatha managed to coerce into fighting on their behalf. Against the Tuatha, I had some success, but no ordinary weapon can best the Baelor. One must fight darkness with light. Earl Tusk, the tomb of the Divine Fang, the piercing light. With a weapon like that, I could rally the troops at Melsenshir and perhaps redeem myself. They say the ruin is guarded by legions of Niskaru, led by a beast known as Azagal. Whether this is true or the stuff of legend, I don't know. 10 years ago, I served the Alfar armies, defending Cluracan and Melsenshir from the Tuatha armies. Then, Witch Knight Malwyn led his Tuatha summoners against us. The fiends routed my soldiers at every turn. Now they've had Melsenshir under siege for years, while I've been searching for a weapon to turn the tide. With Tuatha raiding parties along the shores, Rathia has the only port for safe passage across the strait. But after assisting Melsenshir for so many years, the ruling council of Rathia is loath to offer more aid for what they see as a lost cause. Melsenshir is the gateway into Cluracan, but it's been under siege ever since my defeat. I failed this. The years have been long since I first learned of the means that might deliver Melsenshir from the Tuatha. It lies in Earl Tusk, beyond a gate fated never to be opened, in a hall awash with Niskaru. Any who seek access to the ruin must face them. These ruins are said to be... The legends say it destroys any horror, in the mind or on the battlefield. No place is more deserving of such a power as Melsenshir. The ruin holds the only weapon known that can slay a Niskaru lord, and the monsters inside will do anything to keep it safe. The Arathi sealed Earl Tusk to be opened only when the great voices rise in song. This may refer to the windstones scattered across the plains, but I can't be sure. Years ago, this chime was found near the ruin. I've tried using it to make the windstones sing, but I've had no luck. As if that's a surprise. The There's one just a little to the south. Go there. The windstones are located all across the plains. I can't believe it. The gate shifted? For all my efforts, you simply appear and make it respond. No, you've opened one part of the gate, but 4 more remain. You must find the windstones scattered throughout the plains and activate them. I will remain here. The Niskaru will sense that the seal is weakened. Someone must try to hold them back. Go sound the chime at each windstone in Arathel. That's the only way to open the gates.
mortal in my path.
right into our trap.
An endless night the brothers' war did wreak upon the broken land, until the sorrow lord arose, the grieving night to make a stand. The hammer of Akatha rose, and fell, and rose again. He took the throne of Kandrian.
Ancient Irathi sealed this place centuries ago, and the piercing light should be in the deepest vault of these ruins. Long after I've never seen them work, but as I... Be careful. I have seen too many allies die. The piercing light awaits. Iskaru took everything from me. My soldiers, my station, everything. All my life burned as the flame rose over the fields of battle. These Niskaro, they were not always in the war. It wasn't until the witch knight Malwyn started making pacts with them that they fought alongside the Tuatha. we're close now. I've heard that the spear is guarded by the Niskaru warrior Azagal. We will learn if it still is. I see the spear. The Niskaru was shot. All the years I spent trying to claim this weapon, and I never truly thought I would. I was not fated to have it. Not until you came. You have thrown back the veil of fate and revealed what is truly possible. It's almost enough to make me believe in second chances. Yes, but it is so much more. This will end the siege of Mel Senshir. It will bring the death of the Baelor. It will give me my chance for redemption. And I never would have laid hands on it, if not for you. Kind words, but not true. My day will come when Baelor is dead at my feet. And I would be honored to have you beside me then, too. Meet me at Rathir, the city in the east. Together we will break the siege of Mel Senshir and turn the Tuatha tide. To get to Mel Senshir, we need to take a ship from Rathir, and that means convinced because of my failure. With the wards down, I think we can get out this way. We have a problem. Elund Karth refuses to send any troops to assist Melsen Shir. The old fool never would listen to reason. I certainly hope so. We're going to need every sword we can muster. You can find him in the upper city, staring over the strait at Melsen Shir. The fool might as well be at its funeral. They're in this. Agarth has gone to reason with him. The man is not a warrior by nature.
Baubles, trinkets, sweets.
Welch Maze is
Students
just
of magic,
too expensive.
masters of spells. Curios, clasps. Staves and robe. Go forth, live boldly, then return to me.
And what would you have done?
You're a ring, that's what you are.
A prayer for our troops.
If you've come seeking
Move
prayer
along,
and
citizen.
sanctuary, you are welcome here.
If I can't talk any sense into you, then someone else will have to.
What do you want? I'm beset by petitioners these days. Another advocate for this absurd plan to retake Melsen Shir, I take it. Look to Rathia's sister across the strait. Her battered walls, her burned gardens, her back broken from a decade of war. We take in refugees. We send them food that we can spare. We try to ease her pain. But for 10 years I stood here and watched her die slowly. And now you, a stranger, think to convince me to commit the whole of this city to saving her because our army's greatest failure has recovered some old relic. Melsen Shir stands as Rathia's eastern shield. Even now, nearly broken, she still stands. This city can do nothing for the fortress, but perhaps its people can. The wounded we have here wish to return to fight for the fortress one last time. I'll tell them to meet you at the docks, and take this as well from my own collection. May it be of use to you in the coming battle. Go to the eastern docks in the lower city and go. Save our sister across the sea or die with her.
Sees all in Rathia.
Good day, my lady.
The Watch sees all in Rathia.
Students of magic, masters of spells.
That's 5 gold over market. Over common sense.
Stand up straight and look you in it. You'll see things there, the likes of which you never saw.
The ships are loading now for Melsen Shir. Are you ready to board? Right away.
Agarth, you know better than any of us how this will end. Why must we fight a war that you know we will not win?
You would still ask that, Talara, after all you've seen.
Until I get an answer, Fate Weaver. Until then.
Why do we fight? Because there is hope. Because only through battle can we break the chains that fate has forged. Don't you see? We have been given a chance. And though some of us will die, we will die knowing that our lives were finally our own. That we are no longer slaves to the whims of fate. Would you throw it away? Just for fear of another defeat? Not I. I will fight. And if I die knowing that I have made a choice. And this choice, for good or for ill, was my own.
Greetings.
Come on, the commander's waiting for you. Commander O'Wyglin wants to talk before we... Witch Knight Malwyn and his...
Pray to Lyria that fate is on our side. Not exactly the heroes of legend, but you're a welcome sight nonetheless. When Mel Senshir was built, the Winter Fae weren't the friendliest of neighbors, but they were nothing like the Tuatha they've become. Those bastards keep squeezing us and squeezing us. Well, it's time for them to see what we mortals can do. The General's army used to defend us, but that was before the Tuatha started summoning Niskaru to join them. Tilera's forces never stood a chance. Still, she blamed herself and went into exile. We could have used her here, but heroes only show up when you really need them, right? I was just a child before the siege started. I joined the army because I dreamed of becoming a hero. We've been the front line of this war for the last decade. The fact that Mel Senshir still stands at all is a testament to all we've sacrificed. Cluricon is all swamp, jungle, and death. Have you ever... It's hot, wet, and it always smells like something died. Because likely you've come to... Our scouts report that the Tuatha are massing, and in their wake we've seen... Indeed. They expect Malwyn is the commander of the Tuatha forces, and likely the one who has made a pact with the Baelor. You and Talera will be part of it. If we can kill Witch Knight Malwyn, then the Baelor may run rampant in the field. And in the chaos, we can rout the Tuatha. It is much to hope for, but that's the plan. Soon. I know you're eager, but when you're ready...
You didn't think I'd miss this, did you? I hope you're ready for what lies ahead. The gardens are between the madness of the war. This is no time to make jokes. These people are scared, and your Mel Senshir's fate was sealed long ago. You may be able to change that, but the Tuatha aren't taking any chances. Prepare to fight, and be on your way.
More blood for the wall.
I don't care if the boss is manning the ramparts. On our side. Someone has to have it. I've got plenty of supplies. We've got plenty of coin. Come back again.
Interested in a trinket or... Or a gem? Reality's another time then.
Name's Tarek Smith. I'm the best armorer this side. Give them hell. Watch your... when you're on the... wall.
More blood for the wall.
What is it? Time is running out. Steel yourselves. The battle is not to be taken lightly. Then let us go. We've had sightings of the Tuatha. When they enter the courtyard, we will... You and Talera will use the distraction to...
Hore Sunera Alfor! Our hunt for Malwyn can now begin in earnest. I will take one part for Wygland. Now we must...
We can't let those Tuatha reach our archers. You and Talera. Don't just stand around. Get to the... Charge! Charge! Came fast. We held them back, but I'm the last one left.
It looks like the city defenses have been activated.
It'll be a miracle if we last a week.
sleep much anymore.
The great general is back, just like she promised. Another 10...
I prefer the sanctuary of this place to the bustle of the square. There will be time enough for clamor when the battle starts. I am a warrior, nothing more. I go where I am told. I will spill... It is good to hear that she has returned. Mel Sen Shear...
What is it? Time is running out. Steel yourselves. The battle is not... Then let us go. When they enter, you until they're...
Our hunt for Malwyn can now begin in... If a Wygood now...
Charge!
This is the guard. Is anybody left in there? I'm opening the door now!
The Tuatha came last. We held them back, but I'm the last one left.
It looks like the city defenses have been activated. Be careful out there.
Destroy the supports!
Get moving! I'll make sure they don't try that again. Someone's got to make sure these...
Be on your way.
Finally, some reinforcements. We tried to fight up. You could get in amongst them. Son, I recommend you tread lightly in there.
chance before they can regain control of the creature. Theoden, guide my hand. For Rathir! This ends here!
You're still alive! You've got to destroy Baelor before it tears this place apart. I know. Everything seemed still in that moment when she struck the Baelor. At least she died how she wanted to. But her sacrifice won't mean anything unless you do something to stop that beast. help I dragged them both here. Good luck to you. Are you reporting in? Join you? I can't just leave my posting. Right. Better than dying here, I guess. I must need to push that to Tuatha. Must be true.
Tuatha. They're gone. After 10 years, I can't believe they're finally gone. It's over. After all these years, the siege is broken, and we're alive. Thank the gods for sending you to us. This is a glorious day, but I have heard a bitter rumor in the wake of all of this. Is it true? Has Telera fallen? Then the rumors of her dishonor will finally be silenced. She gave everything to us in the end, and the world will know that. When we rebuild these walls, we'll name them after General Telera. Her memory will stand as long as the ramparts shine. But she never would have been here had you not delivered her to us. It can never be enough, but we hope you'll accept this as our thanks. We freed the city, but the Tuatha still hold most of Cluricon. Over the years, they've infected every part of these swamps. Clearing them out isn't going to be easy, but we might have help. There are rumors of a small band of fighters harassing the Tuatha. Perhaps the hero of Mel Senshir can convince them to work with us. Good luck. Our soldiers are doing their best out there, but it's still a nightmare. We've heard they said their forces were crippled by a bitter frost. But watch out for those red-eyed bastards.
Lyria is smiling upon us now.
Behind me is the Mel Senshir jail. All of the prisoners, it is empty now. Most of the criminals we get are deserters, or the jail is currently empty. All of the prisoners were armed and sent to the war before the battle. This war has lasted so long it seems like that's all the city has ever known. The loss of the great general is a terrible blow. Several times I thought the city would fall, but it was not our fate. Someone has to guard the jail, although I'd much rather be pursuing the Tuatha.
When the Grayson Ascaro arrived, I thought we were doomed. Interested in a trinket or a gem? Rialti's Ma has one. Another time then.
The war.
Do you have any idea how depressing it is to be a Fate Weaver in a place like this? I came here wishing to be of some use to the defenders of the city. But telling them all that they are going to die isn't what I had in mind. It was a great deed, her sacrifice. Still, I find it odd. It wasn't her fate to die here. She was to continue on, after the fall of the city. I've seen the fate of every soldier in that battle, and none of them were to survive past that day. I do not know what you are, or how you are doing whatever it is you're doing, but I'm glad you're... I don't know why I came here.
To fallen comrades.
Warsworn here means you're picked for the hardest, most dangerous...
Business is booming. I thank Lyria you were here with us, hero. You brought us victory in our darkest moment. I've been running the Serpent's Tail ever since the original proprietor left to buy supplies, and never came back. It's not easy keeping a tavern open in the middle of a siege, but the soldiers needed something to keep their minds off the war. What you see around you is a shell of what Mel Sen Shear once was. Before the Tuatha occupation, she was a great trading post, a sister of Rathir. But now the city is in ruins, and the path to rebuild her is long indeed. When she left before, well, I didn't think we would ever see her again. She was far braver and stronger than I gave her credit for.
Damned swamps.
Who's this then? If you wanted to join, you've come far for the wrong way. Where there's war, there's Warsworn. Every spare shield and blade. Here where death cries is endless. Call me a Castellan. Aye. What do you want then? The leader of a Warsworn keep. That's all.
You! Stop! State your business!
Keep your hands off me, fool. I know Tuatha.
Good to be out of the city again. Drafan runs the Ariad. I was asked to join the Ariad after... That is the Ariad's role. Farewell.
Greetings.
Off into the swamps, I assume? None, but if there are any out there, be on your way.
It is a pleasure to meet the Siegebreaker. Especially here, in a land where pleasure has been all too rare. I am Sidon the Outcast, Prince in exile of the House of Sorrows. I'm here to welcome you to our home. I see the hesitation in your eyes. Although I am Fae of the Winter Court, you and I have a common enemy. I am Sidon the Outcast. Once, I was Prince of the House of Sorrows, but my true duties are to the true Court of Winter. The Winter Fae have been disgraced and despoiled by Gadflo and the Tuatha. With your help, I can end their reign. Clearly I'm not Tuatha. I carry a loathing for them that mortals could never understand. I simply approached your lines peacefully and expressed my desire to speak with the Siegebreaker. It seems that even the simplest mortal soldier can recognize an ally against our mutual enemy. Indeed, you accomplished a great feat here. But the Tuatha De Own are far from defeated. Before striking the heart, you must trim the fat and cleave through the bones. If you wish to put an end to Gadflo's reign, meet my brethren and me at Foe's Hearth to the east. We can talk further there. Yes, I traveled with Agarth back in his prime. But those are stories for another time. We're only a shadow of what we were before Gadflo poisoned our minds. Seems natural for embodiments of decay, doesn't it? But unlike our lighter siblings in the Summer Court, we'll fight to cleanse the Tuatha from our lands, just as any wounded animal would. No need to be surprised. We know that you seek the corpse collector. Secrets are among our specialties. It wasn't so long ago that you were working with him here. But then, that was a lifetime ago for you, wasn't it? I've heard of her, and I've seen her work. A dead diplomat here, a salvaged peace treaty there, a handful of lies told to protect an innocent. But even as a collector of secrets, there's precious little I know about her. Nothing could be more beautiful than a mystery like her. The Tuatha have corrupted the very soul of the Unseelie, twisting our people, stealing our noble houses, and driving our true leaders into exile. I've tried to get the Unseelie to unite against them. By the time we realized their threat, it was too late. But I'll not give up. When mortals think of Fae, they prefer to think of the Summer Court. And why not? They're radiant and true, even if they are too full of themselves. By all means, pretend all the Fae are like them. You'd never dare go to sleep if you truly understood the rest of us. We are the remains of the Winter Fae. Refugees from the capital of Bale. Outcasts from the houses. And those who escaped Prismere Blades. The Tuatha have taken our court and our birthrights. And for that, we will take their lives to restore a balance once again. The Winter Fae have been disgraced and despoiled by Gadflow and his new god. To House and Had we have walked these now. We face the end of our ways. Not from the mortals, as some had feared, but from our own. Prismere has always grown in our lands, but only with a surge of magic into our world was it anything other than a simple gem. I'd rather not talk here. Travel to the old ruins at Foe's Heart. Now be careful. These swamps can be treacherous.
winter is strong in this place. When first the Fae walked into its depths, it bore great fossils, bones of beasts greater and more terrifying than we Fae. But for all their strength, the earth at their feet lasted longer. It sapped their strength, their life, their flesh.
I have waited some time for you to come, Siegebreaker, and it seems that my patience has... The House of Sorrows has need of your might. Aid us, and you will earn a strong ally. It is not a... Go to the mid...
Corialia Scade, head surgeon here in Melsenshire. Farewell.
Honor to you. You have earned great. If you have a moment, since you slew 5 of our greatest fighters have asked. Excellent. This should prove. Go with Lyria. That last fight prepared for your next challenge? Your next go with Lyria. You certainly didn't pull any punches with my blacksmith. I hope Sephaedra Will is next. Sephaedra, go with Lyria. Oh.
handled Sephaedra readily enough. Adrian Tyr survived alone 3 times when his company to a man has fallen. The soldier refuses to give up. He is fearless and enduring. It will take the force of God to bring him to his knees. Good luck. Go with Lyria. Adrian fell harder than I thought he would. Well done. Your final challenger is my sister, Ragnar. She will bury her sword in your heart if you are not careful. Go with Lyria. One by one, I am Bronwyn. Let us see what you go with Lyria. You are worthy of honor. Take this. The Alfar honor you, champion. May the Tuatha go with Lyria.
Solemn, solemn, hallowed tree, glory to the graveyard be. Far from forests of the west, do the dying have this rest.
And so you have come, whether to aid the house or rain punishment on the Tuatha, I do not know. That you are here is enough. To assuage your confusion, I am Bizarrain, king of the house. During your trials, I will observe and communicate to you through this medium. This is about you, of course. You are the only mortal to be given a chance to join the House of Sorrows. But do not think such an offer is given out of honor or respect for you. What drives me to this offer is what brought you here. Necessity. Through the crystal you see before you, it is not magical in and of itself, but a conduit for my own magic. All your actions will be known to me. Every word will be listened to. What you do is of no concern to me. What I hope to evaluate is what you are, to know how you might best help the house. I have locked the way behind you. The way forward is your only path out of these halls. I can tell you no more, other than that I will be watching.
The beast will kill me if you do not help. Beast rock. My people have lived in peace for decades. I do not know. Wait. What?
So you have completed your first trial. Your actions spoke volumes, but your reactions are just as pertinent. You killed the creature that was chasing that woman. Why? It would be at great fault if I did not know something of you, a mysterious mortal without a fate to call his own. Your lack of fate is intriguing, I will admit. And although it is why I summoned you, it does not represent the whole of your nature. Hence, the need for evaluation. Ahead, you will find a Fae of Sorrows succumbing to poison. I am interested to see what you make of him.
Please. Thank mercy, I have been poisoned. But now that you are here, you can kill me. I don't know. The pain, I do not. But we are weaker now. We are prone. Please, mortal. I know it's strange, but the Fae are not like you. I will rise once more in time, but killing... Thank you.
Death is something you readily deliver, it seems. But did that Fae die as a result of your mercy, or your heart? I lead a court of Winter Fae who wish to free these lands from the Tuatha, and we have gone too long without new blood. You have demonstrated substantial worth. One trial remains. have reached this chamber at last. The time of trial is over. No more apparitions, no more questions. The House of Sorrows has always held a precarious position in this world, and now we hold on to it by the tips of our fingers. You think you have broken the Tuatha's grip on Cluracan. You have not. Even now, the Winter Fae and the House of Sorrows are subject to their malice. The House of Sorrows has always existed to preserve and maintain the oldest traditions of winter. We are the essence of these Fae lands. The House holds an authority among the Fae that the Tuatha have always coveted. Now, they finally seek to claim that power for their own. We must conclude your trial. Ready your weapon. You are to strike me down. Because there are trials that I can observe. We have reached the trial that I must be present for. What you need to do and why you must do it are two very different matters, mortal. I deal in instructions, not explanations. Nor could you. Now that your trial has concluded, come with me. The Tuatha have yet to break down The house is poised to collapse from the Tuatha's dissension and destruction, and I need one to... I know it is not the mortal way to test someone in a manner such as this. The beast, the poison, it was all... I did not need you to understand the trial. I only needed it completed. I do not have time for you to meet some. Your reactions were real, but the Fae with whom you interacted, Tybri, Kadarok, and myself, they were but apparitions of the Fae you will come to know in this house. As facsimiles, the apparitions were appropriate enough, but I think you will find their real-world counterparts more than welcome to our ranks, mortal. The Hearthstone I gave you at the start of the trials will now reflect your affinity with us. Come, join me at the House of Sorrow. If we are to discuss the plight of the house, I will do...
The mortal. This house is full more of portents than of sorrow these days. Your arrival must truly be a telling of how dark these times have grown. I've seen this house in strong winters, and we were greater once. We had tenders and delvers throughout these lands, not individuals. The tree is ever quiet, but sometimes you can hear it. The outcast! Perhaps his motives are just beware of Saturnin.
Greetings, Siegebreaker. Although there is much that must be done, farewell.
Greetings, mortal. I am a tender of the Midden, remember.
Speak. I have a task for you. Of late, there are many in this house who have come to view my authority with disdain. As such, there is need of someone unbiased by our house's history and the traditions therein. Someone such as you. We must move quickly. The Tuatha will not hold their strikes for long. Let us stop their next blow. You fail to... Our enemies are subtle. For all our years of struggle, we know only this. We cannot... Attender, bring Tybri to the body of Kadarok's victim. Though the Prince of Sorrows once, but now, no longer. He wages a war against the Tuatha with little support, but his own... Perhaps that is enough for him. But the only thing he will weaken is the house's morale. There is a... I want you to find him and put an end to him.
Who calls?
So, you were the I forget myself. Bizarine has made his wishes clear. I am Tybri. I have only 2 centuries to my name. I was asked to join the house because of my abilities. I can hear them. The sorrows in people. The essence of decay and ruin that precedes winter. I can even hear the sorrows faintly in you. Few Delvers are left who can hear any sorrows at all, but never have any claim to hear them as much as I. Many believe me to be a liar, or an abomination. The Midden was once a sacred place for the House of Sorrows, for all Winter Fae, where the bodies of the dead were left to decompose. Our bodies do not rot as mortal corpses do. So when Saturnin placed the bodies of mortals here, they putrefied, corrupting the Midden. Scavengers and beasts now roam the Midden, and the farewell. The body is here. I must begin my work. Hold them back. Farewell. Cadoroc's sorrows left a strong impression on the corpse. He is hiding in the Siren Crypt in the Drowned Forest. You should go there, but be wary. The impression Cadoroc left on the body was conflicted. Something is not right here. I will return to the house. With the beast beaten back, it should prove safe enough now. The dead do not speak lies. Cadoroc has gone to Siren Crypt in the Drowned Forest. It was once a mighty fortress, but like all things in this war, it was reduced to ruin. Lesser, cruder beasts and beings walk its halls now. For Cadoroc to hide there, it makes little sense. But from what the Sorrows told me, it seems as though he had nowhere else to go. Before there was a Court of Winter, before there was the House of Sorrows, there was the Midden, a place where Winter Fae would come to die. The bodies left to rot here mark the covenant of the house. Though the Winter Fae may stave off decay to create its courts and culture, they cannot escape it forever. We, are the backbone of the house. Delvers can look into the essence of Winter Fae, find the sorrows within, and take upon that burden. The Weeping King was the first to perform this function. The Delvers witnessed his powers, and imitated as they could. Only now, no Delver has this art, save for me. He is the Faithlok Tocht, the choking vine. He reaches from briars dark and unknown to strangle the life from us. It is the emblem of the house. It is to be a member of the house is farewell.
Keep walking.
I am Corialia Skade, head surgeon here in Melsenshire. Do you require healing? Farewell.
Hail.
It was a time of change. The cycles of the seasons turned as ever. But inside the bones of the earth, there lurked a cold. It was not the cold of winter. Beside the houses of sorrows, pride and vengeance, a new turn. Magic. You are Bizerain's cat's paw, then? I knew he had let a mortal into the house's ranks. But this is who he sends to do his dirty work. Fie on him. You may return me to the cycle, but if you ever see your master, tell him this. He will never get his hands on the Sorrows. I, all of us, will stop him.
returned, much has happened since you were away. The house has been sundered, not by Tuatha, but by ourselves. The house has rebelled. The other members of the house have marched against the Tuatha. I'm afraid they may have attacked Bizarine. I do not think he is dead, but we must see to him. Sartanen is watching us. I can sense it. If Bizarine is left undefended, it will be difficult for you to understand, but many did not consider Bizarine the true king of our house. While many wanted to war with the Tuatha, Bizarine stayed our hands. And while our house collapsed around us, Bizarine did nothing. I will not lie. Though I see the value of your presence, many felt that bringing a mortal into our rank. Yes, unfortunately the doors... I am capable of... Go through the... Farewell.
You have arrived as Tybri said you would. It is good that you were able to, but there are greater events at work here. The House may have breathed its last. The rebels have begun a march of folly to make war on the Tuatha. I sought to stay them. They ignored me. Saturnin wants this, mortal. Without leadership, the rebels will be easily picked off. And so it falls to you and Tybri to save them. Years ago, the House of Sorrows and the Tuatha made a pact of necessity. The House would remain free of the Tuatha, but could not. In addition, the Tuatha demanded we appoint a more amiable king. One who would... And so I was named. I became the face of our submission. And when Saturnin led the Tuatha to fight us, the House had no reason left to heed me. Saturnin has made a miscalculation. Saturnin will have to reveal... I have instructed Tybri to assist you as they are in the Fallen Hall.
There is no time. It lies south of here, in the peaks. Farewell.